I was a young, aspiring dancer, 16 years old, and I saw Romeo and Juliet in the Metropolitan Opera with Marcia and Richard Cragen. And I was supering. I was on stage, you know, an extra, and I had to go to Stuttgart from New York. I left New York. I went home. In those days, we had a record player, and I was trying to learn the steps that Richard Cragen and Egon Mattsson were doing because we could watch the rehearsals. And I'd never seen so much life through the choreography, but living the ballet. And that made me, within 6 weeks, decide to go to Stuttgart. I asked my mother, please. And it was for me it wasn't difficult, because I knew right away that this ballet speaks. And I didn't really experience that before. I experienced something that emotionally, the depth, gives someone that, I was so young, maybe a bit naive, but when I arrived in Stuttgart, I knew that this was where I wanted to be, through Cranko's ballet. You don't have to understand, you don't have to read anything, you go in the performance, the curtain goes up, you understand. I mean, Romeo, the beginning, the marketplace, it's alive and it draws the audience in. And it's not quarter ballet and Mercutio or Romeo, Juliet. Every person is a character and is alive. Approach the role, or whichever role one is dancing, from inside, from yourself. The choreography is there, and you don't have to add much to it, but you have to live it. It's different today how a Tybalt dies as 40 years ago. The main thing is to keep it alive and fresh, and it lives through not just the principles, but through the corps de ballet, the ensemble that inspires everyone. If it's a soloist, it gives energy. And I think it's very important not just to do the steps, but to live the period how you would do it today. The steps are the same, but the energy, the life is different. And that's what keeps these ballets very fresh these days, yeah? It's not copying, it's not trying to be like someone was 40 years ago, but give them the freedom of interpretation, but there is a frame. It shouldn't be the same every performance. And I think that speaks for Cranko. For me, when I danced Romeo, it was the most beautiful, rewarding, gratifying, and easy way to get to the balcony pas de deux. Because you have the market scene, you have the ball, the pas de trois, which I love dancing. So it's a very, very beautiful ballet for people to grow in that way. What Cranko did, there's very, very few. You can count on one hand choreographers that really can tell story ballets nowadays. And Cranko was the most brilliant at that. And if anything one learns through his ballets, how to move, how to touch, how to take something. And each person might take something different, but you're touched inside. Or you laugh in Taming of the Shrew. Very difficult, wonderful. You know, you have to do Romeo because the connection from many years with Sasaki-san and Cranko and Marcia and Stuttgart Ballet coming here, it's wonderful. I'm so happy you're dancing this ballet, and your dancers are going to love it. Wow, they'll be so inspired by the roles, the characters. It's a challenge, but it's nice because it's very different than a Sleeping Beauty and a Swan Lake, and you know, it stays with you forever. You know that, yeah.